didn't realize we had started until you know, kind of. I thought, oh, you sound like you got a presenting voice on.
Oh no, I mean we started. I'm going to upload the entire thing where we're talking about Kate Bush and Dylan Lawrence and everything like that. But you know, yeah, definitely for the review portion, I want to get the you know, the video going. I have to figure out how to. What is this? Okay, that recording starting notification.
I was going to ask Russ Palladino just on the off chance. He's been really hyper busy with things at the moment, but yeah, was going to suggest to Russ just to say, look, if you're free, hop on and be an extra pair of ears and eyes and voice. We'll cope with the two of us, but I was just going to say to him, on the off chance, if you want to dial in and give you the meeting link, give it a go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want me to message him?
Nothing wrong with that. Too bad Rookie couldn't make it today, but hey.
Yeah.
The show must go on, as they say. What do we have here for our first song for the Underground Sound today?
I'll message him in a little bit. Yeah, now I thought we'd commented before that there were so many male vocalists on Slaps and way less females. So I think in this show I managed to find 2, maybe 3 that were, you know, show standard. And actually, so that's a little bit more representation this week for the females. And hopefully this is a good show starter.
We will check this out right now. This is Diana Omar. The name of the song is called Reality.
I feel it too when I'm with you. That only happens when things aren't true. Sometimes I don't know what's right from wrong. In the force, it's extremely strong. Reality, objectives and relative. Reality, effective perspective. I just need to keep moving along. 'Cause life doesn't stop for no one. Oh, I just keep trying to find myself, and that just does not work so well. 'Cause I don't know what's right from wrong, and I can't figure out what's gone. Reality, objectives and relative. Reality, defective perspective. I just need to keep moving along. 'Cause life doesn't stop for no one. Oh, life isn't done until your heart stops beating. It's an objective lens. It's not okay when I can't understand the meaning. It's an objective lens. Reality. 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 'Cause life doesn't stop for no Reality, objectives and relative. Reality, defective perspective. I just need to keep moving along. 'Cause life doesn't stop for no one.
I say funky.
Yeah. Now I like that one because it was a good show starter for a start, but it's some unusual harmonies in there, and I quite like that. Yeah, with the way she lays those down. Her voice, you know, it's not like too affected. It's not trying to be anyone but herself. I think, you know, it seems like it's just her. I love it when the drums come in. That there's sort of, yeah, real sort of sort of thing, you know, coming in with a real hit. lifts it all, and then it sort of got a lot of ebb and flow because then the drums drop out again and they come back in again. So I like all that kind of thing. And again, always on about ebb and flow, but I think that had it. And nice little short, sweet pop song, catchy. The reality chorus kind of stays in your head as well.
Yeah, for sure. The drum rhythm that they had going kind of reminded me of something White Stripes, and her voice is good. Obviously a little low. It didn't really seem like it had too many effects on it throughout the song. Definitely after the break where that came in, you could hear the effects coming in. But I mean, listen, she's got a good voice overall. So very catchy, very groovy, very funky. I mean, this is definitely, I'm gonna say to keep on checking her out. Let's see what she's got going on here. So she's it just says she's from the USA. Okay, so DeannaOmar.com would be the website. 89 followers, 922 plays for 5 tracks on Slaps here from August 12th, 2021. So not too bad
And I think, from what I heard, that was my particular favorite. I mean, the others were sort of fairly poppy, and if you like that kind of thing. But I think if she can do something like that, then and more along those lines, I think that'd be good to follow that, not that template, but then that kind of style. So she's a rock pop sort of thing,
right? I like it. Enjoyed it. Great song. Nicely done. Links in the description to all the artists, obviously. So if you like Diana Omar right there, head into the description, find a link, click on it, show Diana some love, and save that song if you liked it. So moving on here, what we got for number 2. Let me see.
Well, I try and always get an instrumental, maybe or 2, but usually at least just one instrumental. But we've got an act called, I don't know if it's Pidgiamo or Pidgiamo, probably Pidgiamo.
I was thinking Pidgiamo.
Pidgiamo, could be Pidgiamo.
Pidgiamo? Drama.
Could be, yeah.
Here, Giovanni.
It's got to be then, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, I guess you're right. Yeah, Pidgiamo.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to ask. So this is an instrumental, you said?
That's right. Yeah, instrumentals. I listened to a couple of the different instrumentals from this artist, and I liked a few of them actually. But I think this one had a nice feel to it. Obviously, it's got the rainbow thing going on, so it's probably quite topical. Whether you like that, follow it or not, but it's about friendship and the variety of things within that. But I quite like the idea of it, and I like the feel. I think I'm the only one who's actually saved this track so far, but I thought it was good. So
one save. Yeah, this is one thing that definitely instrumental tracks I've noticed do not have a very huge following, right? So posted 21 days ago, one save, 30 plays, so just over a play per day, like a play and a quarter, it kind of seems like. But yeah, let's check this out. So this is Pidgiamo or Pidgiamo or
it's Pidgiamo actually. I see it says so Pidgiamo. The word amo in Italian means I love. So my name is dedicated to all the people I've loved in the past, and I love this moment.
There you go. So now we have the answer, right? So this is Pidgiamo with Pidgiamo with friendship. Very nice. Friendship right there by Pidgiamo. So what were your initial thoughts on the song?
Say again? Sorry?
What were your initial thoughts on the song?
Well, when I was reading the comments on his, because I like that sort of thing when people say, yeah, what is the name of your best friend? Well, as you see from my comment there, my best friend was Dan, and I guess we have lots of best friends already in some respects, but and I thought, that's when I heard it, I thought it's a nice theme, and it feels like it's almost like it's a sort of well-known sort of theme or something, and it feels like a well-known theme. It's kind of like a Paul Moriarty Love Is Blue sort of feel to it, that sort of late 60s, early 70s love story theme or something like that, so it's beautiful. It could be made by Sky or something like that, that kind of band. Nice bit of synth and strings backing. The sound came across a little bit fuzzy for some reason. I don't know what it was, but I liked the way the theme was developed, and then the arpeggios coming in, and it just sort of went up and then ebbed away nicely and was rounded off nicely. So I just thought it was a really beautiful piece of music. But I think it should have more saves, and I think it should have more fire, and I feel like it should have more than 30 plays as well.
Oh, well, it definitely should. Yeah. Kind of reminds me, for my generation, I would say more Robert Miles-ish to maybe Rob Dugan. Rob Dugan did a song called I think it was called Furious Angels.
Furious Angels. That's a good album as well.
Yeah, for the Matrix soundtrack. Rob Dugan, right? So kind of reminds me along those lines. I like the classical piano in there. It sounds very authentic. It doesn't sound like it was a virtual instrument or anything like that. So the strings kind of, I really don't know. I don't know if the strings were real or not, the violin, but the piano definitely sounded like it was a genuine instrument that was being played and recorded onto a DAW. So very nice work with that. Lovely song. I like it. Yeah. Thumbs up on my end here.
Same here.
Couple of fires, and we'll follow Pidgiamo here, and just there was an error. Why was there an error? Oh, maybe I hit it twice by accident real quick.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Could be.
The Purple Ball of Destiny.
It's here. Right. Right, what are we going to go for? Let's see. What are we going to get? You say when, Tom?
Right now.
Right. Only one's come out this time. Okay, well, right, let's give that a go. So we've got, if it comes out, that's Pop. A little bit blurry, but Pop. So let's see what comes up today. Leave that to one side. It's always quite an interesting thing. So that's the hottest and the newest. Oh, no, it's not.
No, yeah, it's taken a little while to load. Like I said,
right.
Ego Dip. One of my favorite choruses. Okay. So this is, this one's going to go quick. Look at this, 1 minute, 58 seconds. So Ego Dip. This one's called No Escape. Let's check it out. New. Oh, well, it's not on the hot list. So I was going to say it's new and hot, but no, it is new. Posted 3 hours ago. 9 plays so far, 16 fires, 1 save. This is from the pop genre. Ego Dip with No Escape.
Maybe you should get away.
So that's their only upload so far. And Ego Dip is from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. 1 track so far, 10 plays and 2 followers. So I actually quite liked that chorus. I think he's right. It's a quite nice little chorus. I thought his voice was okay. I think it's very sort of felt like a very Damon Albarn Gorillaz when they do their sort of the more sort of relaxed, sort of chilled song. I think there's a bit of auto-tune on there. It's probably maybe lacking confidence. I don't know, but there's auto-tune on the voice at the end of the chorus, or there's auto-tune on it, but it's not noticeable until then. And I think it's always quite good to just either not have it or have it in there, but very used in the right kind of way, subtly. Rather, either you're going to use it for an effect, and it is overused as an effect, or just use it kind of carefully so it doesn't show too obviously when it went, because it just popped out a few times. I thought the bass and guitar at times were a little bit intrusive, which suggests to me that the production just needs a little bit of more polish and refinement. Otherwise, I thought it was a nice little pleasant song, and what a pleasant surprise. Sort of like I'd call it more of an alternative pop or alternative rock sort of thing, but I think it's all right. It's got promise.
I think, if they compose the beat, I don't know if it's a he or she, Ego Dip, whoever, vocals sounded like a he. So I'm just gonna say if he produced the beat, then I think that's where he should keep it at. Find somebody else to do the vocals. The vocals were kind of lackluster. I kind of like wrote down here, the purple will giveth and the purple will taketh away. It just seemed like kind of one of those songs. I was expecting it honestly to be hip hop, because sometimes hip hop ends up in the pop section, obviously. So this was kind of poppy. It was definitely, I think you're correct on what you said, is that let's keep it maybe more in the alternative genre than anything else. I did like the chorus. That was. So one of the favorite choruses, as it says here, is definitely probably like the bigger part of the song. I don't know. We had this, I think, the last show that we did, right, where this kind of seemed like maybe it wasn't like a full upload. Like the song ended a little too quickly. It seemed like there was going to be more going on, because it didn't have like a very smooth, like kind of like fade out or anything like that. So
no, that's true. Yeah, well, I've noticed a few like that. So it might be that they just uploaded it partial song, or mis-uploaded it or something. I don't know, but it's possible. It's possible. But I think that vocal is. I know what you're saying about getting someone else to sing it, but that's a lot of their vocals are that kind of style now, where it's that sort of lazy, chilled out, I'm on weed style kind of thing. That's the impression I think that people want to give, is it's that kind of lazy style. It's just one of those modern affectations, I think, but it might be just the way he is as well. But I actually quite like that voice, because it did remind me of Damon Albarn. I thought, there's elements of it there and that sort of Blur Gorillaz thing coming through slightly. I thought it was all right. Actually, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. It could have very, 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 very much so. But it could have also been better. This is definitely for my taste. It's more of a lackluster song. It's not something that I would, throw on the playlist or anything like that. I heard it once, and just in my opinion, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean, but the whole thing is like, once again, with the beat production, the beat was good. The music sounded pretty on par. It's just I do think that with a different vocal contribution, it maybe could have sounded better. Just me.
Okay. No. Agree
to disagree here, I guess.
No, I agree. It's fine, because it wasn't perfect in it, but if this is their first upload, it might be the first time they've actually dared to sort of upload stuff, and that will be the favorite chorus there, and possibly the favorite song they've written so far. And the thing is, your best song is always the next one that could be written, the one that's just around the corner. So you just got to keep writing. That's all I can say to people: keep writing, keep recording, keep uploading, and you just improve and refine your art all the time.
Absolutely. Keep Kate Bushing it. So Yeah, once again, no, I'm not trying to be, extremely negative on my criticism or anything like that. I just think that, we've talked about this before where we've had vocalists who pretty much sound like they're pro, very much tuning down their vocals because of maybe a little bit of shyness, kind of like going into into the gate and everything like that. And then you get something like this where I think we were talking about collaborating before, right? Get a nice vocal on there from somebody to collaborate with. I think that would be a 10 times better song, honestly.
It can happen. I mean, some of my songs that just didn't quite suit my vocal, I've sort of farmed out to what I would call a proper vocalist or a good vocalist, good singer, and it just elevates the song. It's fantastic. If you get the right vocalist on the song, the song just goes up and up and up, and it improves tenfold sometimes. So it's worth doing. Yeah, definitely worth collaborating with the right kind of artist.
Absolutely. Alicia Winter-Scott.
Yes, another female vocalist. So,
what can you say about this one, Carl?
Yeah, if I remember rightly, I don't recall too much. I think it was a sort of one of those slightly folky sort of pop songs, if I remember rightly. I can't remember what category she's in, but yeah, I think this was quite a well produced song, if I remember rightly, and yeah, nice, pleasant song. But I just thought is a good standard, and it was nice to get some more female vocals into the show.
So we got as categories here. We have alternative rock and singer-songwriter, sad girl vibes that you can also groove to. She's inspired by such artists as Lennon, Stella, Meg Rogers, and Lana Del Rey. So this one is, let me just tune this back right here. Lilacs, and Iris by Alicia Winter-Scott.
Color the air, paint me a dream of something out there, and I'll wait for you here till the morning comes. It's hot here in summer, even by the bay. Fall is the start of those color-changing days, where I wait by the sea till tomorrow rolls around.
was trying to see your comment there, but obviously I interrupted it.
If you put show more, that'll show more comments in one block.
Where does it say? Ooh, spam or annoying? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So really the chord based note movement and 2 to 3 is a nice darker blah, blah, blah.
See, this is the thing. So when I'm commenting on things, I do try and be very specific with certain things. If I really like certain things, like a chord change or something, or little details, I like the violins there, the really good violin detail. I try and mention the time of the song because so few people do it. It shows they're not really, they're just, if they're listening and they make, I mean, you see all the comments there. There's so few that actually take the time to actually comment on the song and listen to it.
Yeah.
And it's important.
Generic comments.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, it's lucky to get a few words out of people there, but a lot of the time it's just, just one word. But yeah, for me, good, nice, smooth production. Yes, she does encapsulate that sad girl sound. There's a lot of singers that have that kind of sound in the last sort of 20 years or so. But she's a good singer, and it's not overly affected. It's got that sort of lackluster sad girl style, but she's a good singer with nice harmonies, nice tight harmonies. I thought the song is good because it goes slightly off kilter here and there, and there's sort of like this deep sort of synthesizer bass thing going on that's a bit odd. The violins come in, and it's just lots of nice little details and touches. I have a little bit of a bugbear with a lot of songs because the crackly record start is way overused. But what the hey, I mean, everybody's got to do it at least once. So I don't think I've actually done that yet myself, but I should do. But it is an overused effect. But I can understand if they want to sort of go for a sort of certain feel with the song, then fair enough, then use it. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I thought, nice, pleasant song, and that's one of the better female vocal songs that I've heard recently.
I agree with the portion of your comment that you made here. I can't think of who the vocals remind me of, and that's the thing, is the song is unique. So even though it has that sad girl vibe, and obviously Billie Eilish had made the whole sad girl thing very, very popular, in recent years, right? She doesn't really have like a Billie Eilish flow to her or anything like that. So it's memorable because of the fact that it is unique. It's a unique song.
Yeah.
I like the lyrics. I'm sure Rookie would enjoy that. Rookie, as you know, likes storytelling, and the lyrics were on point with that. The vocal effects were not overused. They were there. You could hear them, but they were not overused. They were actually done very well. The chorus is very memorable. The violin, as you said, that's one of the things that I wrote down here, is when the violin introduction after the little break there was definitely very cool. So all around, I think very good production. I think we'll follow her. We'll save that song.
Yeah, and I think also the artwork. I mean, because there's a nice picture there. She's obviously created that image for the track or what have you. But that's been done nicely. The writing and everything. So I think she's definitely trying to create a very specific sort of image for that specific genre, and good luck to her, because I think she's got promise there. And how many tracks has she had? Just one track so far. So I'm keen to see what else she does, because if she can write like that, and that was an unusual song, and I don't know if it's just all her producing the whole song. It's a singer-songwriter, so it's if she's producing it all herself, then that's very good work.
It is good work. So yeah, I think definitely. I think she'll be going places.
Yeah,
she keeps up. She keeps up with it. I think definitely has a good future. Like I said, nothing wrong with that track. To your point, I have a big problem. I don't like the gate effect. Like, it bothers me. Like, it makes me dizzy sometimes. You know what I mean? So Especially when it's because it's overused in especially like EDM songs, where the volume
that's the effect, is the gate effect, is it? Right. So
it's a gated effect,
yeah, where the volume just drops to nothing and it comes back.
Right. It just keeps on going and going.
Is one of my biggest bugbears in modern music. I can't stand it because it frustrates I get sort of I don't know, it just does my head in.
Well, that's what I'm saying is it makes me dizzy because it's usually panned left and right, and then it has the volume drop, right? So you get that thing going, and all of a sudden my head's like really fuzzy.
Yeah, so as soon as I have a song on like that, or I hear a song, turn it straight off. I mean, that had it to a degree, but it's not a dance song. With the dance songs, it's really prominent. So
it's very present with dance songs, the EDM and everything like that. That's why the record, the little record scratch effect that you're talking about that you didn't like, that's why I actually liked it, is because it curbed it.
Yeah, I don't not like it. It's just that it's overused. That's my issue with it. Because
it is
lots of songs that use it, but
it's been being done since like the beginning of music, for crying out loud. Well, for whenever they found a record player, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, the records used to sound like that, but it's just that, ever since CDs came in and records died out a bit, they've obviously made a resurgence. But
stop living in the past, Carl.
Oh, it's great. The past was, I know it's a different country, but it was a great place to be.
It was. It really was.
It really was. Well, I was watching some old Live Aid clips from 1985 the other day, and I just thought I was so lucky to be. What would have been 13 years old? I've just turned 13 2 days out, into when Live Aid was on. And it's just such great memories. It's a sunny, beautiful day. That was just all those great artists on one day and one bill, and that was even with a few notable absences as well, but just fantastic. So I just feel so lucky. But even so, my mum and dad, I feel like they're even luckier because they were. Well, when they were 13 to 15, the Beatles came out, and 13 they were when the Beatles came out, and made it big. And you think, how lucky can you be to be a teenager at that time?
It's phenomenal, right? But I mean, I think that everybody has that fondness and that nostalgia of when when the music came out. Once again, I still think that the 90s were very good for music, because in the 90s a lot of music came back out that had been forgotten. So there was kind of like that. Well, I don't know if it was the same in the UK. In the US, at least, there was kind of like this kind of like hippie-ish momentum going on, where the Doors came back, the Beatles came back. Everything started coming back from those days, and everybody started wearing bell bottoms and cutoffs and frayed jeans and things of that sort. Plus, you had new music acts coming out. I mean, if we talk about them now, we're just going to sound silly because it was, Vanilla Ice and, MC Hammer and all that kind of good stuff, but
but they're all using old music. That's the problem that I had with it, because it wasn't, it was new. It was a twist on things, but it was just regurgitating old stuff. So, the MC Hammer was Rick James.
Yeah.
And, Vanilla Ice was the Queen. So, and you think, well, for me, the 90s was, at the end of the 80s, it sort of dropped off a cliff for me. But 90s had some very good songs. But
I like the 90s.
I sort of fell out of favor with I don't know, me and the 90s don't rub along too well. And the noughties even less so.
The 80s were spectacular for music as well, because once again, but for whatever reason, the 80s bred just one-hit wonders all over the place. I don't know if it had to do with the music industry, like kind of like scamming people left and right or whatever the hell it was. But you always had that one song that was kind of like memorable from multiple bands. And then it's just kind of like you just never heard of them again, like Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, well, they had three. They replicated the feat of Jerry and the Pacemakers of their first three releases being number one in the UK, and then the fourth one was number two. But they're big news over here, so I don't know how big. The thing is, in America they had different tastes. So there were acts that were popular over there that weren't really that well known over here. Things like Dean Friedman would be more well known over there, and very lesser known over here. But likewise, there's a lot of bands that didn't break America. And look at Depeche Mode; they didn't break America until about 1989, 1990.
Yeah.
So with the Violator album. So
yeah, I remember the first time I think I heard Depeche Mode was in '89 when I was in Poland. Just because Europe, it just happened to be on. Poland only had like 3 channels at the time back in 1989, so it was like a late night channel that played some kind of music there. I can't remember. I mean, it would be like the Polish equivalent of like MTV, but it only lasted for like about an hour and a half or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I remember because we were watching this like on an old Russian TV where we literally had to turn these dials to like kind of get the picture just right and everything like that.
So it's more of an empty TV.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, but I mean, it was weird for me, obviously experiencing that for the first time back then. But I got to hear all the music there that we weren't hearing here. So all good times. Like I said, there's good music all over the place.
Yeah, there's always good music coming out here and there. But it's so the good music is actually all underground and lesser known now. It's just you have to search for it to find it now.
Absolutely. Once again, the underground sound. So we are on slaps.com, and this is the whole thing, is independent musicians and listening to independent music. And we've had some hits and we've had some misses, but I think for the most part we are kind of like, I'll say like in the 92% range of everything, kind of like being on the hit part. For anybody that's tuning in for the first time, that's actually listening to my voice right now, this is what we do. We kind of like scour slaps.com, and we look for independent artists that are releasing music, so that way we don't have to listen to the same humdrum stuff that you listen to on the radio that's being regurgitated to everybody, pretty much every 15 minutes or so. And it's great music. I encourage you to stay with us all throughout the entire show. We hope you are enjoying it so far. And so right now, if you have a preface for us with this one, Carl, this is Domino Majestic with Down the Boulevard.
Yes. So as they say, epic Wild West moment. So basically, I think they sort of felt this one was a sort of more of a sort of theme song or something for a Western. And it's quite different, but unique. And there was something about it I thought would appeal to quite a few listeners and viewers potentially, and it might be something that they might want to get into and listen to.
Let's get on with it in that case. Domino Majestic, Down the Boulevard. Domino Majestic.
Down the boulevard and the streets on fire, the stakes are higher. I'm feeling restless when I'm not there with you on the boulevard. Not long ago I was digging for gold, but it was nowhere to be found. Spent most of my time in a dirty cold mine. Well, it was more like a hole in the ground. Then they took it away, said that I couldn't stay. So I had to make my way back, home. Down the boulevard and the streets on fire, the stakes are higher. I'm feeling restless when I'm not there with you. They say the boulevard's made of rough stuff, but never enough to keep me away. I know I'll see you soon on the boulevard. Not long ago, an unfortunate soul got lost on his way back home. He drew his last breath and his very last thought, I'm never gonna make it, never gonna make it. Saints keep marching straight down the boulevard. Saints keep marching straight Down the boulevard and the streets on fire. The stakes are higher. I'm feeling restless when I'm not there with you. They say the boulevard's made of rougher stuff, but never enough to keep me away. I know I'll see you soon on the boulevard. Keep marching straight down the boulevard. Saints 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 keep marching straight down the boulevard.
Down the boulevard. Dominic Majestic.
So it's in your head now, is it?
It is.
It's quite catchy, I thought.
It's very, from start to finish, very well done. Nice song. Depicts exactly what you described. It does. It reminded me of somebody, and I was just like, I'm racking my brain of like who had the sound, who did something similar, and I just couldn't think of it throughout the entire song.
Well, in the early stages, there's America's a Horse with No Name. It sounds that sort of feel. But then after that, it's his vocal. It sounds like someone. I can't place who it is.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just racking my brain, and I just couldn't figure it out. It does remind me of somebody, but once again, the song just drew me into the point where I couldn't. I love it. Honestly, I really do enjoy it. The production is top notch. So let's see if Domino Majestic.
I mean, there's plenty going on. Nice guitar touches and a variety of sounds with the guitars. But I thought just the ebb and flow again. Yeah, it's just lots of different stuff going on in there. You know, it's very sort of. You've got. I don't know if he's Irish or something. There's a bit of twang of Irish accent there, but it's a very sort of whiskey drinking, spit and sawdust saloon bar feel. And I thought, well, yeah, that's good. And plus the end bit as well with a nice little touch with the bass sort of alluding a little bit to the sort of sounds of the spaghetti westerns and the sort of chain gang sort of sounds as well of hammer on steel and just thought I put nice production and very good. When the band comes in, it gets really big as well. I love that. It just kept sort of just like a little bit of a roller coaster, but a gentle roller coaster really. It wasn't too much in your face at any point.
So joined February 2019. They have 4 followers at this point. 32 plays, 2 tracks, which is just kind of that's a little. I'm going to say that's a little bit of a sad statistic. Like, folks, hop down into the description of this video or wherever you're at. If you're listening to the podcast, then hop down into the description, find this link for Domino Majestic, and go show them some love. They are from Sundsvall, Sweden. 4 followers, 32 plays, 2 tracks. Can already see this comment right here for this other track, which is this is great, catchy AF, which we should all know what that means.
As flip, yes.
As flip.
As fudge.
I'll say as fuck. All right, here we go. Carl doesn't like that too much. So.
I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. It's just,
I like that song though. It was definitely everything pretty much as promised, right? So it was very catchy, very memorable. I'm definitely going to go back and listen to that again tonight. So yeah, for sure.
So that was our track 5 midpoint. So this is our normal natural break.
We will take a quick 10 or 15.
Which is where we should say the underground sound, putting the us back into music. Please like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.
There you go. What Carl just said.
We've got to do it, haven't we?
Yeah. The underground sound. Please like, share, subscribe. Go head down into the description. Find all these find all these artists, not only the artists that are in the description, but check out Carlos Fandango as well, our cohort Rookie Rogers also. Links to everybody will be in the video description. Too bad Rookie couldn't make it again today, but maybe next week we'll see if we can maybe start getting this going on an earlier basis. But yeah, you said it best. Putting the us back into music. I'm gonna have to work on that tagline. You said it best. I'm gonna use your version for it before the break. So let's do that. Let's take a quick 10 or 15 here, and then reconvene. Welcome back to the Underground Sound. Putting the us back into the music. Please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hop in the descriptions. Visit these artists. Show them some love. Follow them on Spotify. Whatever your medium of choice is for your music. Get out there, listen to some awesome new music. We are back from our break, heading into song number 6. Song number 6, we have Barry Skelden. I was about to say skeleton.
Yeah, looks like this is the first UK representation tonight, and he's from Stockton-on-Tees in the north of England. Barry Skelden, he's a musician, songwriter for over 40 years. Influences of Beatles, Squeeze, and many more. And I thought, well, he's got 2 tracks and only 2 followers. But if he likes Beatles and Squeeze and many more, and he's an older guy, older musician, then could be quite interesting stuff going on. But this one caught my attention because not only is it a nice song, it's the subject of the song is really nice as well.
So I noticed he has a country put down here as an influence. Is country kind of big in the UK?
Yeah, it's more of an underground big. There's lots of clubs that will, so any country bands seem to do quite well on the circuit. So yes, it's definitely a big thing. I mean, it's not as big as it used to be in a mainstream way, but then no music genre seems to be as big. Obviously things like hip hop, rap, and dance and EDM, that's all big, and pop. But any other genre that was big in the 80s and 70s and 60s, and certainly country was one of them, is still big, but it's a different generation. Youngsters aren't really into country so much now, although there's people getting into artists like Luke Combs. He's pretty good, and there's that sort of I found country for me, in the sort of 90s onwards, 80s onwards, actually, sort of late 80s onwards, became all that sort of same country rock sound. I prefer traditional country, but this is quite nice. It's more of I think from memory, sort of country folk sort of sound.
Well, let's check it out. Hey Max by Barry Skelden.
Hey Max, should we take a walk on Cat Bells, or the Chinese Bridge and on through Majestic Woods? Hey Max, Patty and Harry are waiting. Jump in the van and we'll do the world some good. Black and bouncing, jetty jumping, oh yeah. Tails are wagging, jumping streams. The little Max with all that wisdom in his eyes, forever present in my dreams.
Like that. Barry Skelden with Hey Max. For me, this definitely from the US standpoint, right? With country music, this definitely sounded more of a kind of like Willie Nelson or John Denver type vibe to it, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing vocally, I'm hearing sort of, I don't know if he was well known in America, but Alan Price, who did quite a few songs and was the keyboardist. Well, actually, sorry, he did a few songs that you might know, but Waylon, a little bit of Waylon Jennings, sort of the combination of the two, really, somewhere in between. But yeah, very, very country sound. It had the warmth and niceness of the feel of the theme from The Littlest Hobo. That was a program, I don't know if it was shown much in America in the 90s, or well, it's certainly in the 80s and 70s. It was in the early 80s to mid 80s. It was shown over here in the UK, but it was an American program, and it was absolutely beautiful theme song that you must check out. It's The Littlest Hobo. Yeah, a story song about his dog, and it's such a nice premise. It says it's a song about a dog that raised £500,000 for many charities, recently passed away aged 14 in the Lake District, England. And I thought, wow, what a heartfelt song that was. And it's got lovely little nice touches on the guitar. But yeah, as you say, I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, very much a John Denver sort of feel. You could imagine John Denver singing that, and it would sound pretty good.
Oh, definitely. Because even when you get into the chorus portion, if you think about one of John Denver's more popular songs, right? Country Roads, take me home, country roads to the place I've always known, right? Definitely has that kind of vibe to it. The production seemed very up there. So I'm assuming that there's some years of experience here musically. So overall, great song. No beef with it. Good song. Nice choice.
Yeah. I'd encourage people to check him out. Yeah, just sort of retro sort of sounds, I think, overall.
Barry Skelden, Stockton on Tees.
Yeah.
Why is the UK always got to be complicated? Now I know why we have a 4th of July.
Yeah, we have Newcastle on Tyne or upon Tyne and all sorts of different places. It's wonderful. It's got a lot of history.
He's UK. 2 followers, 60 plays, 2 tracks. Encouraging everybody once again to hop into the video description or the podcast description and check out these artists. Show some love. Get this music flowing. Let's let everybody know about them. You're not going to be disappointed. There's a lot of good music that you're hearing here. Obviously, some of it is cherry picked by Carl, but you'll definitely find something that you will like on Slaps for sure. I know when I was starting this thing out, how you and I met, we had Slow Walk, and Slow Walk, love his stuff. I mean, J Balbuena, Monsters Are Real. I can't even list the amount of artists that have met us Slaps that have just phenomenal music out there. Trying to rebuild the Spotify playlist, but obviously time is limited right now. But keeping up with it as much as I possibly can. But once again, for anybody that's here, slaps.com, if you want to listen to some great new music, that's going to be where you're going to want to take a look at it for. So we got J Major here.
Oh, J Sharp Major, yes. Now,
J Sharp Major.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I listened through the whole album actually that they uploaded, or I think they uploaded all the tracks. One of them was just I was so close to choosing the instrumental track for the one that sounded sounded like Pink Floyd, and it was so accurate in the stylistically, So, but this one had a lot of merit as well, and had 5 saves, I think, already. So, and this guy, he can play flute. He's a flautist, and so he can play the flute. I think they should have a lot more plays because the production's really good. But the track that we've having tonight, if I remember rightly, oh, that's right, it's a forest song, and I think it's got quite a few plays, quite a few fires, and quite a few saves. So it's a popular song of the ones they've uploaded.
Well, if it's going to be relevant to any one of his influences here: Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, Paul Simon, Frank Zappa, Leonard Cohen, Iron and Wine, Bob Seger, James Taylor, Jim Croce, Carly Simon. If it's going to be on par with any one of those, then it's going to be a good song. I'd definitely love to hear the one that you're talking about, though, since you told me that it has a Pink Floyd vibe to it. But for right now, G sharp major, A Forest Song. Very cool.
Yeah. I just thought from the intro onwards, the electric piano gets you hooked in, and the drums come in, and it's just plain sailing from there. Production's so crisp and slick. The vocals are on point. The harmonies are tight. Very 70s sort of retro feel, like a sort of Steely Dan sort of feel, and funky in places. Just a lot going on, a lot of changes, slick little sort of chord changes and linking note runs to the next sections, and good guitars. Just everything really I thought was really good. Just very slick. Very, very slick.
I like this comment that we're looking at here from shady underscore shower rib. it feels like a mix between Eric Clapton and Red Hot Chili Peppers. I could definitely see some Red Hot Chili Peppers in there and everything like that. I think that this is a song that I would love to hear live. You know? Because the whole thing is that the instruments that were used throughout, you know, from the wind chimes to the flute to the funk guitar to the piano to everything, you know, J Sharp Major's voice here is on point. It definitely sounds like a pro quality production. Even at times I was kind of listening to it and I was thinking, like, was this performed live and recorded as it was being performed? But then you could hear the subtle nuances that would suggest that it was recorded in a studio. But either way, yeah, whether it's recorded in a studio, I definitely want to hear this live. You know, when I'm out at the beach and I got a beer in my hand and there's a band performing, I definitely want to be listening to this guy right here. This band, I should say.
Gotta say, if you check out the album, I've sent you the link, Tom, to the Storm at Seacliff. I would recommend anybody who's into Pink Floyd, check out J Sharp Major's song Storm at Seacliff. It's awesome. It just sounds like a Pink Floyd track. It's like it's a lost Pink Floyd track from somewhere in the mid-70s. It's brilliant. And but the whole album has that very slick, high quality production, and all the songs are very slightly different. They've got their sound, definitely got a sound there, but they sort of just subtly it's nothing like my albums where I'm sort of doing completely different genres and different. It's different music, but it's all kind of together. You know, it feels like it's the same band playing the same sort of album and playing together very tightly. So I think that's the thing. There's very good musicians on there, very good musicianship and singing. And the production's just brilliant.
I will definitely check out more. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to follow here just to make sure. So that way I can get back to that song later on. I'm not sure. They got a few songs up. So if you, for everyone that's listening, hop into the descriptions once again. Find J Sharp Major from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. 29 followers, 461 plays, 12 tracks. Folk, rock, classic, alternative rock, soundtrack, singer-songwriter, instrumentals are the genres here. Very much worth checking out. From what I've heard of that one song, I'm pretty sure that I'll be more into it if we get a vibe of the other song that you had mentioned here. The Purple Bowl of Destiny part 2. It is here again. Does my accent come off as British or German?
British or German?
My accent when I say that. The Purple of Destiny is here again.
Part of Destiny.
Seagull
of it. Right. Okay. Say when or then.
Right there.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, what's it going to be? Yeah. This is a nerve-wracking moment. Oh, okay. We've not had that before. Although we've only had 5 shows, so
we got that?
Psychedelic. Oh, it's quite clear. That's the distance to get it into focus. Psychedelic.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure
very interesting.
Very interesting. But stupid.
I've been expecting you, psychedelic.
Psychedelic. I didn't have to go way too far down. I thought that I was going to have to like literally go to like the end of Slaps to find this one, but it was relatively quick here. Psychedelic rock, synth pop, indie, dream pop, and more. So we're going to go to the new.
Right.
Let's see. The new happens to be the hot as well. 11 plays 23 hours ago. Inevitable Melancholy, the hype Pandandy. I got to get new glasses, by the way. You'll see me. This thing's literally an arm's length away from me, and I just can't see what it says on there. The hype Pandandy, Inevitable Melancholy. Let's check that out. Take it away, Carl.
Yeah, I've just realised I was going to comment on. I don't know if I'm commenting on the right song. What's this one called? Oh, it is the right song. That's good. I just put nice rhythms, very hypnotic, slightly eerie atmosphere, and good work. I was trying to think of who it was. There's a noughties sort of dance. I don't know what they called the music really, but it was it reminded me of somebody, and where there was a bit of melody in it. It reminded me of "With God on Our Side," the old Bob Dylan song. With God on Our Side, and that had a bit of that tune in the melody there that I thought was used quite well. Really, I mean, obviously it's her own melody there, but it just reminded me of that song. But yeah, I thought it was all right actually. I mean, I wouldn't call it psychedelic, but I suppose this one's actually labelled as electronic, which is what I would call it, but. I thought it was all right, actually. It was, I don't know how many times I'd listened to it, but it was quite nice as a sort of, it would make a good sort of background part of a playlist, I think.
Which song are you talking about? Because you did not comment on this song.
Which one was it you were playing? Was it the one that was showing on your computer just then? The one called You Will, You Won't, I'll Wait?
No. The one that we played was Inevitable Melancholy.
Right. I better copy my comments into another.
Because then I clicked on here because I was like, I need a little more substance here. I need to find out what's going on, right? Because oh wow. Okay, so
let's delete
locked into like all the genres here. So from Tucson, Arizona, the Pandandy. Oh, did I say Pandandy before?
Yes.
I did. Okay, sorry.
But it's Pandandy.
Pandandy. My bad. 178 followers, 4,102 plays with 79 tracks. So it says, hey guys, check out the full-length LP released by Board Satellite Records called One Perspective of the Infinite. Oh no. They are signed.
Oh. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that, does it? Because it might be their own label.
BoardSatRecords.com could be.
I mean, it's not EMI, is it? So it's but it's yeah. I suspect it's probably their own record label.
I don't know. I don't know what to feel about that one. What's the one that you listen to?
No, I listened to the same one. I just commented on the one called "You Will, You Won't, I'll Wait." It's the same, but I was commenting on this track, but I meant to, so I've put the comments into this track now and deleted the other ones. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. It was but it sort of drifted, but it drifted not unpleasantly. But it wouldn't be one I would go to. But it would be if it was on a playlist. I probably wouldn't skip it if it was that kind of playlist while I'm working. There's something in the background. Fine.
You probably wouldn't have time to. I don't know. Just wasn't my cup of tea really right now. You know, it kind of like reminds me when I was starting off way at the beginning making music, you know. So it kind of like sounded like a segment was recorded, then it like cut, then you recorded another segment, then that was cut, and then you recorded, you know, the very ending and everything like that. At least it did have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I'll say that much. But it just I don't know. You know, I mean, hey, like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So it just wasn't my thing. Some other people may be like, hey, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. So, you know, once again, just my opinion here. I'll listen to the other ones and I'll make comments, you know, appropriately on those. But just for that one that we listened to, it's just kind of like, yeah, you know, it's okay. Would I really just kind of like be sitting there like, oh, wow, this deserves to be on the playlist? Well, if I was microdosing or if I was high, then maybe, but you know, but as far as being, you know, sober, having a beer right now. So, no, just once again, just my thing. And, for those of you that know about me, DJ X Tech, then I'm all about, you know, electronic music and everything like that. And this definitely, is something that, you know, could work, but as far as what it is right now, I'm pretty meh about it. Just once again, just me.
Fair enough. So we're on to track 9, which is another female vocalist. Now, this one, I don't know if she's actually signed. I don't think she is, because I assume anyone on Slaps isn't, and is putting out their music through DistroKid mainly. However, it does say here that this is her first release since being on The Voice's Team Ariana. So she's obviously had a bit of sort of success or something, and or medium success. But it's only 3 tracks and 35 followers. But I thought the track in question was a well-produced track, so worth having a listen and seeing what you think.
Oh, she's from Florida too. Hey, what do you know?
Indeed.
21, The Voice season 21. Okay. So this one is you have it over here. So it was her newest one that was uploaded as well. So 24 days ago. Okay.
Yeah, and 7 saves.
So this is Riley with Same Soul. Let's check it out.
I told a lie. My skin is crawling again, terrified of all the humans I've been, never given myself a chance. I'm falling back in. The thought is cold, but it's got a hold on my head with this throat. I speak and wish that I hadn't never offered myself a moment to breathe. I'm following it. The second I let go, I fumble, lose sight of the person I've known, and I'm trying, but I think a part of me's broken. I'm no longer sure I have the same soul. Vacant eyes dissect every detail. I visualize all the ways I could fail, always flawed, a personified imperfection. I'm giving and giving and giving and giving back in. The second I let go, I fumble, lose sight of the person I've known, and I'm trying, but I think a part of me's broken. I'm no longer sure I have the same soul. The second I let go, I fumble, lose sight of the person I've known, and I'm trying, but I think a part of me's broken. I'm no longer sure I have the same soul. Look at me now, just for a second. Do I look like the person you came here expecting, giving all of me away for a taste of redemption? Wish I was the exception. Wish I was the exception. Look at me now, just for a second. Do I look like the person you came here expecting, giving all of me away for a taste of redemption? Wish I was the exception, but I'm just a reflection. Same soul. Same soul. Look at me now, just for a second.
All right, Same Soul by Riley. Carl, take it away.
Not a load to say about it. I mean, because it's a sort of pop song that I probably wouldn't listen to, but it's radio friendly. It's got a lot of, this sort of, it's all about the production, that one. I mean, obviously she's got a strong voice, and in terms of, solid voice and very modern radio friendly sort of voice. Don't know if it's overly distinctive, but it's because a lot of singers sing like that, but it's not too affected, and she's not doing a lot of she's not overdoing the vocals, so she's delivering the song. She's acting the song, which is good. But it's all about the production. It's lots of stop-start moments, lots of details, lots of vocal effects and different sounds, and so yeah, I think with a strong production of her voice, I mean, there's no reason why she shouldn't, sort of, have songs on the radio, except that it depends if a record company is going to sign her up or if they've just dropped her like a hot potato. Who knows? But she's got the quality there, isn't she? So there's no reason why she shouldn't be successful. And she's got an image as well. So it's like the cartoon thing going on there is the image of her basically, with the heads either side, so it matches with her profile picture, which is the sort of heads either side. So there's all these sort of different personality things going on there. So I think she's definitely sort of worked on her image clearly. And when you sort of if you Google, just do a quick Google search, you can see how that's developed into the short hair look and everything. So she's got a very distinctive look, and I think she's just trying to carve out her own kind of style. And good luck to her.
Yeah, if you see my comment here, this one shows that I posted this comment a year ago. See, a year ago, hot song.
It's because she reposted 24 days ago. So yeah.
No, so it wasn't that song. This was this one's called "Calm Down." Really good song. So, but that was like when I first joined Slaps. Right. Pretty much. And this was the first song that I have heard by her. When I saw this little graphic, I was like, this looks really familiar. And I didn't realize, because I thought that it was under a different name before. But I did leave a comment on this track once again over a year ago. Hot song, love it. Vocals are awesome. I still do think that the vocals are awesome. I think that she has this kind of like style that's kind of like not that she can hit the exact tones that Adele does, right? But it's kind of like in between like Adele, Gwen Stefani, and like Billie Eilish. Like she kind of like has a lot going on with her voice right there. And so she can hit different ranges. What it sounded to me like, it wasn't like really like a like, let's say, a professional production, because I heard distortion, like a headphone kind of like
Oh, I thought that was deliberate, because it was so produced, that song, that I thought any effect on it would have to be deliberate. That's the way I took a view on it.
I think personally, she got the track and she overlaid the vocals on them, and just there's not that professional quality. I could be wrong. I've been known to do that.
Oh, you think the microphone might have peaked?
May have peaked. Who knows? But yeah, as far as the rhythm of the song goes, very strange, because it kind of like went from rock to pop to dubstep to techno back to rock, or wherever we really started off as. She has promise, obviously, because hey, if she's been on The Voice, then she's doing something right. So yeah, I mean, just good song. But what do you think? Would it be one of those that would be playlistable?
Not for me, but certainly. But then most of the music in the charts and what's played and what's popular, I don't like. So it's because it's not melodious, interesting, fun, happy music. It's all serious. I mean, every song in the charts is too serious. It's self-interested, self-absorbed, and it's just trying to be something that it's not trying to entertain. That's the problem with modern music. It's not there to make people happy and entertain them necessarily. It's there to sell and make money.
Yeah.
It's become very cynical, the whole industry. I know it always has been a tough, cynical industry, but in the 80s, I always harp on about the the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But the fun was in the music there in the 80s, and it started ebbing out towards the end of the 80s, and it just started to get more and more serious. But everyone's got a serious image and everything, and nobody's making fun videos like Madness used to, or the House Martins used to, or you just don't get that fun in the music anymore, which is sad, because music should be all different things. Can be serious, can have the sad girl Adele thing where you want to slit your wrists, or it could be this sort of thing where it's pop and it's upbeat. But yeah, I take your point about the different rhythms, the changes in the song. I thought it was a pretty well crafted song. So I think, yeah, it's for me that probably was a proper studio production. I don't know, maybe she did a overlay of vocals, but it sounds too produced to me, to not be a studio production.
The instruments.
Yeah, I mean, I know everything can be done from a small studio now, but it just felt like it was a producer's song, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that's the right way of describing it, but yeah, the thing that also worries me is with certain artists is there's 3 tracks in the last year. So have you been working on an album? It takes people a long time to sort of work on stuff, and I know for me, I've got a day job, and it's just fitting it in with life. But even so, in the last within the space of, what was it, 15, 16 months, I had 4 albums out because I had a bit of a backlog. Still have, but it's because I was putting a lot of. I mean, the quality isn't studio production quality, but it's kind of good enough. But this sort of thing, I think it's really high quality production. But is this a budget thing? Is it that she's just not writing many songs? Is there a limit to what she can write? So I'd be keen to sort of find out, if she's got a load of songs written, ready to go, and just hasn't got a record company behind her. Who knows what the backstory is? But I know it's a struggle for a lot of people for various reasons.
I'll get in touch with her. I'll ask her. I'll tell her about the interview that's on the website. For those of you that do not know, and you are musicians and you are listening to this portion of the show, we're probably about, how far are we into the show? We're about 2 hours now.
About 5 hours.
Something like that.
Quite a way more than we expect to be, but yeah, it's about 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, if you're listening to this as an advertisement on Google or whatever the case may be, if you have music and you would like to have it promoted on our show, we do accept music submissions from all indie artists, no matter what the genre. The only stipulation that we have is that there is no direct hate. There's no room for it. It's just that simple, so go about your daily life, be who you want to be and everything like that. The whole thing is that don't virtue signal yourself and don't hate personally. And, let's get the music out there. Let's get it heard to the masses, and we'll help you with that. And there is a free downloadable interview on pulsemediamag.com. On the music submission tab, you can download that interview. You can fill it out. We will happily post it on the blog for you. The blog is SEO optimized, so that way it shows up on the Google News feed as well as the Google search engine. And we are really trying to help the independent artists make their mark on the world, because frankly, I'm sick of listening to the same 10 songs on the radio over and over and over again. I very much look forward to doing this show every time that we do, and I do enjoy doing the ones and twos underground as well, just because this is music that I have not heard before. It's submissions from artists that I have not heard before. So rather than listening to, I know we make a lot of comparisons as to who somebody sounds like and all that, and all that kind of like sort of thing. But this is just to give kind of people an idea in their minds of like, oh yeah, that's right, they do sound like this. It's just kind of like to make them somewhat a bit more memorable, rather than just saying like, hey, this was so and so and that was their song so and so, and let's skip over to the next one. There's nothing memorable about that, right?
It also gives you a sort of reference point, so that if you think, oh, I like the Doobie Brothers or Bread or whatever, or I like Eminem, so this sounds like this. So you can actually sort of think, well, if I like that, then it's worth checking out their stuff. And if I say something like, it sounds like such and such, then it's usually a compliment, because I'm spotting something that I like in it. That's something like, for instance, J Sharp Minor. They have the Steely Dan feel, and that's a really huge compliment, because Steely Dan are fantastic. So, I think anything we say, just if we do anything, say anything negative in a constructive way, then we mean it from the heart, that we want, we want to hear everybody improve and produce their best songs that they can possibly produce.
Absolutely. Take nothing either one of us says to heart when if we say something negative or positive for that matter. I mean, go about doing your music the way that you want to do it. This is the biggest thing. Individuality, personality. This is the only way that your music will stand out from anybody else. Being reminiscent or reminding somebody of somebody is, just kind of, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there because you do have influences for a reason, which is why you list the influences that you have, right? But obviously be unique. The more unique, the better. Who was it? This was my goodness. Track 5. Track 5 was
the Down the Boulevard, if I remember rightly. The sort of Western influence.
Down the Boulevard. I was thinking about track 4 actually, which was Alicia Winter Scott, which is what we said is we can't find a comparison of like who she sounds like or whatever the case may be, right? So it was a very unique song. So once again, any criticism that we do have, believe me and believe Carl. Just as Carl said before, we do have your best interest in mind. We are not trying to bring anybody down. We are definitely trying to pump you up. So if something is said like a little bit more production quality or, raise your vocals or whatever the case may be, this is what we truly mean, is because Carl's been in the music industry for a long time. I've been in the music industry since 1997 was the first time I put together my first song. So got a bit of years on me. Carl's got a bit of years on him. Carl's got a little bit more gray than I do as well. So
yeah, it's gone white now. Your camera's gone off, by the way, Tom. So
has it really?
Yeah, it froze when you were sort of putting your hands up. Hallelujah, and then that's it, back on again.
Hallelujah.
That's strange. Your camera's just gone off as you did that again. So it's something to do with the hallelujah movement. Just don't hallelujah, and your camera just doesn't like it.
No.
Okay. Your camera is from somewhere other than the Bible Belt.
Oh my goodness. My camera does not get along with Florida. That's pretty sad. It's not going to work.
Really strange, actually, as you did your hands up there.
Well, good thing we're in an audio only kind of mess in that case. Geez, if I got to get a new camera too, maybe this all has to do with the computer.
It could be, yes, could be.
Because yeah, I'm telling you, just one thing at a time is shutting down on me here. So yeah, gonna be a couple of long weeks of work here. So for all of our regular listeners, I should say, the Ones and Twos Underground and the Underground Sound will both be audio format for the foreseeable future, and they probably will be delayed a little bit because even the audio rendering takes an excruciating amount of time. So just bear with me here. We're not going anywhere. Trust me. We will be back, obviously, every week with new music. We are getting new music submissions on a regular basis for the Ones and Twos, and Carl is doing his due diligence as a producer here to produce all the tracks that we are listening to on the Underground Sound, and we hope that that we can make this a big thing and get everybody heard and give everybody the recognition that they deserve. So once again, hop into the description below. Find the artists that you have heard that you liked. Even if you didn't like them, just click on a link, say, yo, loved it, and give somebody that moral boost that they need. And, for our channel, obviously, like, share, subscribe, share this with people that if you know somebody that's a musician that wants to get their music heard, we are doing our best to do that. We do have a blog going at pulsemediamag.com. Pulsemediamag.com also features not just our blog rule, but music submission rules, It has the official Underground Sound page, the 1s and 2s page. The podcast can be located there. We are on Anchor FM. And so any information that you need about what we're doing here, our sponsors, and things of that nature, please visit pulsemediamag.com for that information. And with that, I will say that we have track 10. Boy.
Yeah, the showstopper.
Yes, time flies when you're having fun, as they say.
Yeah, it was a difficult choice to get the showstopper this week, but as you can probably see from the sort of slaps wave file, it's waveform, I should say. It's quite a big, loud track, bit rocky, but I thought this might be a nice one to just kick off the end of the show. Hopefully, people will like it.
So we got Tim McMillian, is what it looks like.
Yes.
Unless I'm reading way too many L's or I's.
No, that's right. Yep.
I seriously need to get to the eye doctor. Oh my god. Oh boy. Tim McMillian. This song is called Wicked. Finish and ready to go, friends. Hope you love it. Video on the way to the YouTube channel soon. Classified as rock and metal. Once again, Tim McMillian with Wicked.
You're wicked, baby.
You say our love is like a ghost that won't fade.
Tim McMillian with Wicked right there. Following Carlos's comment also, because I also thought of Bon Jovi.
Yes, yeah. I was writing that down just then. I'd forgotten I'd commented about that, but I thought, yeah, very Bon Jovi, and but partially the backing vocals and the style of the guitar solo reminded me of sort of Deep Purple. I feel like there's definitely a Deep Purple influence in there somewhere as well. It just feels like that sort of kind of vibe, particularly with the guitar solo and the scales that were used and notes that were used. It was just very good. But I think the main thing there is I like the sort of very clunky, chunky, sort of heavy bass sound that you can hear going through, and the memorable chorus really stays in your head. Wicked, wicked. So it's just very easy to sing along to in the chorus part. And yeah, I thought it was pretty good, actually. I like that one. It's good.
So here we go. The actual pronunciation is McMillian.
McMillian.
McMillian. Former lead guitarist from the Myrtle Beach based hard rock band Up Spook Hill. Now solo artist. So I definitely, it's one of the first things I was thinking about was Ozzy. Because I was also thinking about oh my goodness. Black Label Society. Zach Wilde, Black Label Society.
Oh, okay.
Ozzy Osbourne. I was kind of like thinking of thinking along those lines. Alice in Chains, definitely hear that influence in there. But you're right. You know, it is very memorable. Wicked, wicked. It's definitely something that's an earworm. You know, you throw up the horns and like wicked, wicked, you know. And yeah, that the heavy bass along with that heavy rhythm guitar going, drums just complement all that. Very well done song. So yeah, I think a very good showstopper here.
I mean, the Wicked, excuse me, the rough mix of Wicked got about 172 plays. So there's a few of these songs have had quite a lot of plays. I mean, that's from 27 tracks. He's had 2,500 plays. Now I've had that from about 56 tracks. I think my early albums just didn't get. It's gathered momentum. I get more plays as I've gathered followers, but and it's only 90 followers. I say only 90. That's pretty good, but a lot of plays. So that's pretty good. And there's definitely a big market obviously for metal still, and people love it. But it's good. It's got a sort of slightly retro feel. A lot of people doing music on here are doing the sort of retro sounds. I think because that's all their influences. They want to sound like their heroes, like I do. I do all retro sort of new songs, but in a retro style. So that's what a lot of people are doing here, and you won't find that on the regular radio channels or the modern music. You just don't get all this retro stuff unless you listen to, in the UK, something like Heritage Radio that does promote older artists who are still recording, as well as new artists doing old styles.
No, you won't. And it's one of those things again where, I think radio has given up on the musician way before the music labels actually have, but I know I've said it a million times. It's just really like 13, 14, 15 songs on repeat the entire day. And once again, not hating on the mainstream artists at all, because, they did put in their time. They put in their work. They made it. They got signed. They're millionaires. And the whole thing is that we need a medium. We need a solid medium for the underground artists.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's from Jerome. It was Michigan.
Yes, Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you want to go back?
Mostly US artists. Yes. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Jerome, Michigan.
Tonight. I hadn't noticed that until just noticed. I know that one of the artists was UK, but everyone else is US artists tonight. Even the Purple Bowl of Destiny chose US artists. I think
US artists. Yes.
Well, that's where a lot of them are. Well, in previous shows, and I know in the next one, I've got a couple of artists that are from different places. In previous shows, it's been all around the world, and a few US, a few UK, and a few from overseas in different places. tonight's show is mainly US and UK, so we need definitely. Well, the thing is, the music's out there. It's just, and it is all over the world. There's different music, good music being made.
Yes. For the Underground Sound, I am DJ X Tech. With me, as always, once again, is Carlos Fandango. Carlos, thank you very much for being here today. Next week, hopefully, we'll get Rookie Rogers on with us as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the Underground Sound, putting the us back into music. Please like, subscribe, and share. And let's get your music out there.
See you next time.
See you next time. DJ X Tech, Carlos Fandango, out for tonight. Take care.
Cheerio.
Happy 4th of July weekend.